What up, YouTube? That one guy Jay here, just heavily medicated and thought I'd share a story with you. Maybe you guys can tell me some stories in the comments. Thumbs up, subscribe if you like this video, whatever. Let's see, I was about 19 years old. My dad and I were going up to a lake in British Columbia called Ootsuck Lake. It's a pretty remote lake. And actually, I'll go into a little side story at the beginning. My dad had gone up there, I think, 2 years prior to this, and he was up there. He was supposed to be up there, I think, for about 2 weeks. And like 7 or 8 days in, a park ranger, came in to his came into his camp and told him that somebody had broke into his car, broke all the windows out, and put his truck up on blocks and stole the tires. I mean, we're like talking 150 miles from the nearest town, pretty much. So he got a little upset about that one, but we ended up going back. It was quite a long drive. We did it in 2 days. We stopped. I think the town was Hope, I think, in British Columbia, and it seemed like a little hippie kind of town. My dad gave me $60 to go around, just do what I want. He went to bed early, and I wasn't tired, so he was just like, "Here, go do something." So I went and bought pot, of course, with the $60, and got I don't know, it was at least a quarter ounce, probably a little bit more than that. It was pretty good stuff too. It was nice to have something. But then got up in the morning, went the rest of the way. It was probably another, I don't know, probably close to 8 hours from there, at least, to where we launched the boat. Then we launched the boat on this one lake. I don't remember the name of it, but you drive 35 miles to a ranger station. Well, anyways, we're going, and it's just absolutely super windy, probably like 45-mile-an-hour winds, and we're traveling into them. And I mean, it's a big lake, so the waves are huge. At the time, we just had a little 14-foot boat, so it wasn't like that big, and waves were coming over, and just everything we had was completely soaked, and we were going to be there for 2 weeks. It was miserable. It took us like hours and hours and hours, because we were going against 45-mile-an-hour wind, so I mean, it was pretty slow going. But we get there. What they have is, the other lake is like 1,000 feet away. Only like 30 feet up or something like that, but it's 1,000 feet. And so you pay the guard who at the ranger station right there. You pay him like $50 Canadian, and he hooks up a chainsaw to a winch system, and he winches your boat up to the other lake, which is Ootsuck Lake. And it takes about an hour to do that with the chainsaw. You can do it by yourself, but it takes, I guess, like 3 hours to hand winch it, which would really freaking suck, I'm sure. But yeah, you go, once you get your boat to the Ootsuck Lake, you go probably another 15-20 miles, something like that, there's this little campground. I don't remember, there's a little bay, and there's a little campground with, I think, 2 or 3 really nice little camping spots on it. And there's a couple little trails, actually, in the area. There's no roads into the lake or anything like that. I think there's one fishing lodge, and then a couple different fishing lodges fly into one of the rivers that comes into this big lake. The lake's probably like 65, 70 miles long. It's pretty big. And the trout there are freaking huge. They average like 25 inches and, almost like 7-8 pounds. So it's a pretty cool trip. And plus, you're up there high enough that if you go in the summertime, it stays light, like 20 hours a day. And then you got northern lights up there too, which was pretty freaking cool. It was pretty awesome getting ripped up there. I mean, just absolutely baked out, just driving my dad's boat around while he's passed out. He has no idea about this, obviously. He wouldn't care now, but back then he would have. Yeah, just driving it around, trolling around. You could use 2 rods. So I'd be trolling around with 2 rods with the northern lights going off. Man, it was just insane. There was no other people around. These 3 guys came for just a couple of days. We were there for 2 weeks, and there was just a couple of days where there was people there. But the really funny thing was, one of the guys looked 100% identical to Kramer from freaking Seinfeld. It was crazy. I got a picture of him somewhere. It was pretty fucking hilarious. I was like, what the fuck? It's Kramer? And I was telling him about it, and he had no idea who fucking Kramer was. He had never even seen the fucking show. I mean, he was like a redneck fucking hillbilly from backwoods British Columbia. Freaking hilarious. But anyways, it was a cool trip. Saw lots of moose. Even almost got attacked by a bear, which was pretty trippy. My dad was out probably about a half mile offshore trolling around for the trout, and I was just wandering down the bank from camp and casting away. There was a little creek that came in, and I'm standing there casting away, and I just get this eerie feeling like something's watching me, and I turn around, and like 15, 20 feet behind me, there's like probably a 250-pound black bear just sitting there staring at me, like sitting on his ass, just sitting there staring at me. And so like I just got pissed off, picked up a rock and threw it down on the ground real fast, or real hard, and it took off. It just took off. Thank God. I don't know what the hell I would have done if it would have done if it would have tried to fight me, but it was pretty crazy. Yeah, the best part was definitely getting stoned and seeing the Northern Lights. That was one of the high points of my life, actually. So yeah, tell me some stories. Let me know what you guys think. You want me to do more videos like this? More news videos? What do you want? What do you want me to do? Let me know. All right, peace out, yo.